Planet Remix. And as we get ready to get into the cipher, I do want to let you know that it is Planet Remix, and a lot of times we cover adult content. So at this time, if you have anyone who's a minor, I would suggest that you put your headset on or get yourself in a place where you can enjoy your time on Planet Remix. But until then, put the babies out, do what you need to do so we can be responsible while knowing our magic. This show, this information, we dive into a lot of things that are adult content. And so therefore, if you are a minor, I want you to stop what you're doing right now, and I definitely want you to get your parent or your guardian's consent before diving into the remix. Well, enjoy. Enjoy the share. Yeah, and keep knowing your magic. We just gotta be responsible while growing up on planet Earth. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Peace and greetings, soul family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome on into the Remix Radio. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle. I want to welcome you on into the Remix. How's everybody feeling? How are we all doing? I want to do a sound check, make sure you all can hear me. I'm getting a little bit of an echo, but I already know why. Peace and greetings. Welcome on in to Planet Remix. Happy December. Oh my goodness. Happy December, soul family. How are you all doing? How are we all feeling? Can you feel the change in the atmosphere? Have you felt the shift in the atmosphere?
Have you felt it? Are you feeling it? A lot of things are moving, changing, shifting, connecting, separating, building, destroying, healing, loving, all of those good things. All of those good things are happening. But it is so good to connect with all of you. I know I didn't do a show last week and honestly didn't know if I was going to be able to get done with everything I had to do today to be able to do the show. So I've kind of been off the grid and really just kind of keeping my head down, going deep within. This is the time of the year that I really love to do some self reflection. I think sometimes we can get hypersensitive and just more doing. I know I certainly can. And sometimes I feel that in the past has led me on a course for myself, but maybe not my divine course. And so I've really been taking this time to just kind of pull back, just kind of go within, listen, be in that moment and do some self reflecting on everything. 2023, like every year, has been a beautiful year filled with so much growth and so many lessons for me. You all let me know how you feel about that in the comments, or if you're live in the Blue Room, let me know how you feel 2023 has been for you. Now, granted, we still have about 30 more days until we cross that threshold, but I think we all can agree that the energy of 2024 is already here. It is already here. That energy is here. So, yeah, so that's what I've been up to, really doing that and just doing some reflecting, really looking at all of my internal growth. I always go into the internal landscape before I start looking at the external landscape, because let's face it, the external landscape is only a reflection of what is happening within. And if you get a good grip on what's happening on the inside, you know that everything on the outside makes so much sense. This is why this time of the year is intense. And I don't care who you are, don't care what school of thought you're coming from or what your belief. This is an intense time of the year because we are dealing with a lot of vibrations here, which, we are now in the month of December. And this is a month of new beginnings. But we know before you can have a new beginning, you have to kind of wrap up all of the end. How can you start a new beginning without taking care of those things that needs to be wrapped up? And so this month of December, throughout this whole entire month, we are being blessed. And one of my spiritual teachers shared this with me. We are definitely being blessed in this month because this is, if we're looking at the calendar, it tells us we're in the 12th month, which holds some power in itself. It holds power in itself. But truly, December, this entire month, when we add it up universally, according to numerology, this is a 10-month. It's made up of the ones and the zeros. This is the binary code. We can think of it kind of like our galaxy's DNA. These are the building blocks of universes of the world. When we're talking about that number 10 itself, it is the vibration of what we call God, the divine. It's connected to the energy of the Wheel of Fortune, that vibration, you know? You got a lot of love. You have a lot of light that is emerged into this energy. And it also brings about instant manifestation. Instant manifestation. And so, even as we are just on the wings, and this entire day, and I want you to think about it, because December the 1st is a universal day of one. And when we put that with December and 2023, you are in the 1111 code. So here is another magnificent, powerful portal energy that we are in at this particular time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this is where the unicorns, I like to say, come out and play, because the unicorns sort of lights the pathway forward. It's lighting up so much inside of us. And I know you can feel it, because all of this energy really has to do. And by the way, if you're having dreams, which I know you are, if you're having push thoughts that are happening, these push thoughts, these dreams are coming from two places, the sun and Mars. And so most of us are having dreams on Mars, and we are traveling in the astro realm to the planet of Mars. I was working in the Akashic Records this week, and I could see this energy of the sun. There's a very powerful spirit class that I did where I took us all into the sun, and we were able to walk through the layers of the sun. Because inside the sun, there are many different layers, and those layers inside the sun, I did this maybe 10 years ago. The layers inside the sun is what helps connect you to other star systems, other constellations that are out there. And many of you have traveled into the center of our Milky Way galaxy. And so this newness, this freshness that you're feeling, I feel, is coming from all of this interstellar, intergalactic traveling that you're doing. Now, let's talk about traveling, because we know that we don't travel and we don't go places. You know, if you plan a trip, like I'm planning trips to travel inside, outside the country, you don't plan trips unless you're going to do something. You're going to see something. You're going to connect with something or someone. You're going to experience something. And these trips are there to really help you, whether you're traveling to Mars or if you are traveling to the sun. In these portals is because it is for you to connect to these star systems, because everyone talks about the moon, you know, which the moon is a portal, the moon is a vortex, but so is the sun. And the sun itself is able to take you to other star systems. Why would we at this particular time want to take ourselves to other star systems? I personally feel, based on the work that I've been doing, spirit guides, and those others I have been speaking with for many, many years, is because Earth is requiring something very new. And a lot of the information here is, it's almost like if you've ever gone outside, especially this time of the year, depending on where you live, and it's a foggy morning, like it's very foggy, and you can't see through the fog. Like the fog is there. And even if you're standing in your yard or standing outside on the streets and you look, you can see the fog and you can see how it's thicker and you can't see beyond the fog. And this is personally to get you to expand your awareness, to expand your consciousness, so that you can know that there's something else. Earth is requiring us as beings on the planet, whether you call yourself star seeds, starlights. As I say, we're all stars here. You know, that's what we've been calling ourselves now for more than a decade. It is where you go to sort of reset yourself and come back so that you can pull in and connect with divine intelligence, divine creativity. We need new solutions on the planet. We need innovation to happen on the planet. We need new ways of doing things on the planet. We need to see some things that no one has ever seen before. When someone is experiencing it, they need to say, I've never done anything like this before. And personally, I believe that this is a divine transformation for us, because we've got locked into believing there's nothing new under the sun. And that simply is no longer the case. There is nothing new under the sun if you feel that you are limited by your environment. But when you know you can expand beyond even the possibilities that you yourself are thinking, are feeling, and knowing, and know that there is something that can go even beyond. We are traveling to these other star systems, star worlds, so that we can have that expansion, so we can get out of these locked and limited beliefs that we are still holding on to. So this is what I want each and every single one of you to do, because I know this message is for you. If you are here, this message is for you, and you are a part of the soul family. Many of you have been receiving downloads and downloads and downloads for years, and you've been a part of Planet Remix. I've been doing this work well over 20 plus years, and many of you have been side by side with me. But no matter if this is your very first time or if you've been listening for a long time, I want you to take those thoughts, those ideas, those things that are coming into you, those projects you are working on, those businesses you are building, those jobs that you have, those songs that you are writing, those things that you are painting and crafting with your hands, those books that you are writing, that healing work you are tapping into, those studies that you feel called to immerse yourself into, that music that you're listening to, those dances that you are doing, that teaching you are putting out in the world. Whatever it is, being that mother, being that father, being that sister, being that brother, all of those things that you're doing. And I want you to make it a point, set an intention, invoke your divine support system, spirit guides, ancestors, angels, whoever, your higher self, to show you how you can get in this divine alignment. And I promise you, you will take a star trip through other star systems, through the sun, travel to other galaxies and other worlds, and you will be able to take that creation you're working with, you're building, and you will be able to bring the world something they have never experienced before. I know that message was for you. And I say that because it's a trip that I've taken. And my guides had to pull me kicking and screaming because at one time I thought it was kind of a distraction. But this is how you came up with the e-files. This is why when you all are working and you're working with the elements, you say to me, I've never done work like this before. I've never tapped into my magic. This is why the Lucky Blueprint. This is why Wish Magic. This is why even the energy classes. This is why all of these things have come in a unique way. Remember, we all have a divine signature. It's if we will allow our mind to move out of the way, just a little bit, our mind, and allow our higher self to take over, because I'm telling you, it's high travel time, not just on planet Earth. I know, this is high travel time around the world during the end of the year, but I'm talking about cosmically. This is high travel time. For you to get out there and for you to take yourself into a world that you never knew existed, for your expansion and for your growth. I want you, when you sit down and you begin to write or you begin to work on whatever you're working on, that you are truly tapping in to the unlimited possibilities that exist. And we can stop doing things the way they've always been done. The world is looking for something new. The reason many of you are getting these creative sparks is so that you can innovate it, so you can put your signature on it, so you can do something that hasn't been done exactly that way before. But you have to trust it. You have to trust your higher self. You have to be grounded enough. You have to hold your ego enough and not allow it to be distracted. The ego gets distracted by many things, but it sends us some beautiful signals. It's not something we should run from. You shouldn't run from, the fact of being angry, upset, or jealous, or envy, and all of these crazy feelings that go on. You should not run from that. Those are clues that your ego is telling you. Listen, if you would just take time and focus internally on you, you will see something greater than anything outside of yourself could ever show you. Could ever show you. That you could ever be. And then if you start to work with that energy, this is something, by the way, shouts out to Self-Invested. I want to give some love to Self-Invested in the Self-Invested workshop. They are definitely putting in the work in a very big way. And these are some of the things that we begin to start talking about in Self-Invested. I'm not going to go into the whole lesson, but of course, that lesson is about chakra mastery. And they learned about the distractions that come when we start to work with our higher states of consciousness, our crown chakra. When we start to work with this, the biggest distraction is sexual energy and our emotions. And this is why most people cannot attain or begin to tap into some of their higher potentials. Oh, the commercials are still on. Dang it. I got to see if I can take it off. I don't know if I can, y'all. But I am going to I am going to try. I thought I took it off last time. Let me see if it'll let me. I think it'll let me. Yeah, I think it'll let me. Hopefully we don't lose the whole show, but thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I just took them off. We don't want them on during the share, but we definitely want them on after the share because this helps to build the remix and allow me to do the work that we're doing. And so it's a way of giving back, but I don't want it to be an extra distraction. Speaking of which, but I know you get the point. So I wanted to give that message to all of you at this particular time is so that you can tune into you and not be distracted because it's busy. It's busy in the cosmic streets. And it's almost like, we were speaking about this in Self-Invested, but it's almost like people are desperate and they feel like they're running out of time. It's like everyone's running to try to grab. It's like Black Friday used to be. I don't know what it is now, but like Black Friday used to be. You don't want to get caught in the hustle and bustle because many of us are receiving upgrades. We're always receiving upgrades, but this is a massive sort of change, sort of shift. But it's not one that can be forced. It's not one that can be fabricated. And it's not one that's built off of a select group of people who gets to choose and pick who's who. It cannot be manipulated. It cannot be tricked because this is based on a higher spiritual understanding in the way that our universe works. So you're not going to get around that, But the best thing you can know is that there is something there for you. No one is left behind. Take care of yourself. And most importantly, take care of your mind. Take care of your mind. Take care of your emotions. Take care of your body. Take care of your spirit. Have some fun. Do those things you enjoy. And you will be able to see the light. You will be able to see the light. This is truly what this month of December offers and holds for us. It holds for us an opportunity to not just dance in the light, but play in the light. To awaken to a brand new state of being and to embody that in an authentic, in a very loving and a joyful way. The world is always going to be whirling. So we don't need to definitely get into the world. We don't need to. The world is going to keep whirling. And right now, You are in your new life. Instant manifestation is in play. Instant. You're carrying this forward with you. This is what you are coding your energy and your new blueprint, the feelings you hold. You're coding your blueprint with this. You are saying, this is what I want more of in my life. Your thoughts, it's what you want more of in your life. Your actions, your deeds. Fill them with joy. Fill them with love. Fill them with harmony. Listen, them trips to the sun, I'm here to tell you, you want to take you a couple of them trips to the sun. You want to take quite a few trips to the sun. You want to do that. You want to go visit the sun if you haven't. I may have to, before the year is up, either do another spirit quest and we go to the sun. Maybe we can take a trip to the sun. Or I can get that spirit quest that I did over 10 years ago, because it's still powerful. I still use it to go into the sun. And the sun is so powerful. It's taking us to other star systems. And it's so much information. It's so much you can bring back from there. And there's so much of you that you can see, because when you're in the presence of the sun, you get to feel the totality of your soul. That is the place that I've learned that when you're going into this spirit quest and you're in the sun, you literally get to embody and feel your soul. A lot of people, when they're having near-death experience, they go a lot of places, but one of the places eventually they go to, souls have told me, is they make a trip through the sun. They get to go through the moon and go through the sun. Because as you know, you only have a piece of your soul here. Your soul could not fit. It is too big to even fit here. So you couldn't bring all of your soul to earth. It's impossible. But there, when you're in the sun, you absolutely get a chance to experience that. Priestess Donna Lee said, I remember that spirit quest. I know you do, Priestess Donna Lee. Another powerful soul traveler. So I wanted to talk about that. Couple of other announcements. Check in, see how we're feeling. Let's get those likes up so we can let our soul family know that we're live. We're kind of a little bit doing what we would call back in the day, the remix after dark. This is kind of the remix after dark. But I do want to take calls if you all are on the phone lines, because I love nothing more than being able to speak to each and every single one of you. It's one of my favorite things to do. I also want to put out a couple of announcements. One of those is that, yes, I am opening. I know I say this all the time, and believe you me, I am holding me accountable for this. But I want you to know I'm working on it, because there is a vision I've been giving for this. And as soon as the vision is complete, then I will move forward. And so maybe it was unfair, because normally I don't tell you guys stuff until I say, ta-da. But this one I wanted to let you know. So there's a couple of things I want to let you know. Self-Invested University, the next class for Self-Invested University will be happening after the first of the year. So I'm going to tell you right now, get your coins together. Get yourself together. If you want to experience self-invested, I'm going to ring the bell. And now we're doing these classes according to a particular, you can say, school or discipline, right? Because we're in the University of Self-Invested now. And so we're doing these by semesters. You can kind of think of it that way. So after January, we're going to be going into the next semester. I want to put you on notice right now. And I will tell you this. Self-invested, I know the worth of self-invested. I know the worth of the remix, all the stuff we've done on Planet Remix. I know my worth, and I also know your worth. But I will tell you, due to the fact that I understand that a lot of people on planet Earth have not gotten to the point where they can manifest or they have chosen, because I'm not, trust me, self-invested is a sacred school. And for those who are supposed to be there, they get there. Enough said. I don't even need to go no further. Enough said. Because it's at a exchange of energy that it has never been at this low price. So I'm just going to leave it at that. If you're supposed to be there, you're there. You are there. And I'm telling you all now, because the class of self-invested that is graduating, that's getting ready to graduate. We got one more class today to go for this class. Let me tell you, and anyone who's been self-invested is going to tell you that this is life changing. This ain't we just sitting around yapping our gums. This isn't some, it's you have to experience it. I don't know how else to tell you. You have to experience it. And so all the details will come available. I will let you know after the first of the year about Self-Invested. And, it doesn't matter whether you attended Self-Invested once or you've attended Self-Invested every single time. I'm telling you, these souls are growing leaps and bounds. Don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on them, because they are powerhouses out in this cosmic street, and the information and the things that they know. Clearly, you know the difference. And I'm talking about those of you who are new, who have been in self-invested and who haven't. You know the difference. You absolutely know the difference. It really empowers you on so many different levels. So many different levels. So I am grateful to each and every single one of you. Speaking of being empowered, and of course, you all know that speaking of being empowered and doing something totally, completely different that you may have never experienced before is, first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who purchased Wish Magic. I left it open on purpose because before the end of the year, it will be the last live event of 2023. Now, if you still have a session scheduled with me, that doesn't count. But I'm talking about the live event to get together. And so Wish Magic is a part of the Galactic E-Files. And if you purchase the Galactic E-Files and download, do the work, you will attend that live tele-cosmic summit with me and everyone else who purchased Wish Magic. We're going to get together. We're going to have a Q&A. I'm also going to tell you some things about 2024. And it's going to be powerful. We're going to have a lot of fun there. We're not going to be there for a long time, but we're going to get it in. But that's a special bonus that I wanted to give as in my way of saying thank you to everyone who purchased Wish Magic. Keep in mind, Wish Magic is very powerful when working with it. Plus, I'm going to give you some more tools to work with Wish Magic when we get together. You don't have to send me an email. Some of you have been sending us emails. You don't need to send me emails about Wish Magic. We are going to use the email address of where you purchase Wish Magic from, And that's how you're going to be able to get in. But it is limited seats. I need to tell you all that just in case it sells out. I'm not really sure where it is. I haven't been able to take a look at it, but I do want to say that I know many of you are purchasing it. Also, some of the other things, there is going to be a revamping. I'm not sure when this is going to come. I have to get with my team. We have to kind of work through some things, and I have some new things that are coming up. I want you all to, if there's something that's available on the digital site where the digital activations are, I want you all to get them. I'm not saying they won't ever be available, but I don't know how some of the changes, if it's still going to be on that platform, where it's going to be, I'm not sure. I'm in the process of still building out some things. So I want to be totally transparent with you and let you know. I don't want anyone to miss out, because these are things that I have been so honored to be able to share with you all, as things that I've been working with, especially when it comes to the element. You want to know how I do my magic. And when I say do magic, I'm not talking about to manifest things in my life. Doing magic is understanding more about you, because when you learn and can understand you, then you can work your magic with everything you interact with. The magic is already there. See, this is where I think a lot of people get it twisted. Doing magic is not about manifesting. Real magic, if you want to understand it from a higher consciousness, a higher perspective, is really getting to understand your power, who you are, understanding everything. Yes, Brother Lance, it's knowing your magic. It's the Kim inside of you. And you can see that Kim, the melanin, the Kim energy inside of you. When you understand how to do that, you can understand everything. So the things in your life, when it comes to money, when it comes to your finance, if you are truly working with this, now if you can use it to only manifest, but that's temporary, because it's not going to show you the pathway to a higher state of understanding, to recognizing you are the creator, not a manifester. We're always manifesting. You're the creator. You're the creator. And when you can really sit in that seat of love and power, then it makes challenges, it makes obstacles, it makes those things that happen in life a lot more easier to navigate. You have more tools to navigate it. You're able to elevate yourself. You have to know. This is not an intellectual process. This is not your mind saying, I know myself, I know magic. It's not about the mind. It's a lot deeper than that. And some of the things, it's kind of challenging to put into words, but it will elevate you. It will reprogram your subconscious mind, not through the process of listening to binary beats, even though that can be helpful, and doing other practices, but through the process of your own actions, your own free will, your own thought, and it empowers you along the way. It empowers you along the way. And that's ultimately my goal, to help you stop being afraid of yourself. To stop being afraid of yourself. I've worked very hard and still am working on not being afraid of who I am. And you can't be afraid of who you are either. You cannot. And you can't also be afraid to look at those things in your life that are not working. This is not about living in la la land. This is not about playing a mental wish game with yourself, but to look at yourself enough to recognize that there are some patterns, there are some behaviors, there are some things that you are doing that you do not like, that does not make you feel in agreement with who you know yourself to be. And then be bold enough to take the steps, do the work and the action to make the change. And I'm going to leave it right there because that's a whole workshop, because most people are not honest enough with themselves to take that approach. Remember, I told you, grace can only take you so far. And when you take grace, and don't get me wrong, sometimes we need to take grace. We need to give ourselves grace and we need to give ourselves space, but that also delays action. That can also rewrite your course of life. That can slow you down. And I'm not talking as in a race, I'm saying in another place. So we are wise spiritual beings that is utilizing not just one side of our hemisphere, but both sides of our hemisphere to activate our superconscious. Yeah. So I want to give that to y'all. So how we all feeling? What's good, Blue Room? We're going to get ready to go to the phone lines. I do want to let you know that the phone lines are open. We got more than 150 people inside the Blue Room, more than 250 people listening from all over the world. By the way, welcome to all of our international listeners out there listening from all over the world. I do want to invite you, if you haven't been in the Blue Room, for you to come on over and join us in the Blue Room. Big shout out to Brother Lance. Big shout out to Lola Falana. Big shout out to Mr. Dante, the Remix Blue Room moderators. Want to give you all a big shout out and send you so much love. So love to all the moderators. But yes, moderators, we will have a private meeting. So don't worry, I will be reaching out to you when we get close to that time. I want us all to get together, check in, share some good stuff with you, share some things with our moderators. So we'll be doing that. And I thank you all so much. They do an amazing, wonderful job. Oh my goodness. Yeah, got to give it up for the moderators. Want to give a big shout out to the Blue Room and everyone in the Blue Room, whether you are listening for the first time, or if you are coming from the past and you are joining us in the present. We welcome you, or your comers. Yeah, it's doing some goofy things over here. It's doing some real goofy things, but it looks like I'm back. Hopefully I'm back. Because yes, I'm kind of going in and out. But yeah, want to give a big shout out. Also want to give a big shout out to, first of all, let me say this, big shout out to every single person. Yeah, I'm really traveling. Oh, can I tell you, let me tell you guys this. Let me tell you all this. Let me tell you all this. Remember I told you I had to redo my studio/office? Remember I told you guys I said I was going to do that? Well, I am in the process of doing that. I've been working on it for 2 days. It sounds kind of echoey in here because I kind of moved a lot of stuff out. But let me tell you what I've been having so much fun doing, organizing all of my books. I know some of you have asked me for a book list, And I'm gonna get that book list together for you. But I discovered so many books that I have. I literally have a scanner, just like in the library. And where my scanner at? Let me see. Let me show you. Let me show you my scanner. I got my scanner and I go like this. I scan my book. It puts it on a spreadsheet. It tells me information about it. I can write my notes in it. So if I read it, what I took away from it, put my notes in it. If I have multiple copies, it tells me how many copies of the book I have. It puts a thumbnail of the picture up there. I'm having so much fun. I am having so much fun. Currently, I'm at 600 books, and I haven't even got to the pile of books. So, yeah. I know, right? So the books, yes, they're in alphabetical order. Everything. I know, Brenda. Brenda, I do have an Amazon storefront. And that's the crazy thing. I do. I am a certified Amazon partner. But yeah, I have. And then I discovered that I have multiple copies of the same book. Because when you scan it, it'll go dee dee. Like, wait a minute. You got 2 copies of this book. Wait a minute. You got 3 copies of this book. Now, some of that I did on purpose. Like when we did the show about the greatest salesman in the world, I brought like 10, 15 copies. And I gave them out to people when they would come to my house. I would sign it. Here you go. What is this? Just read it. It's a gift from me. And I gave it. Or random people I met, I would give them the book. And then I also wanted to, I did all kinds of things. Okay. Yeah, I'm scanning the barcode. Yeah, scanning the whole barcode. If y'all want to hear more about that, we'll talk more about that at another time. We'll talk more about that at another time. But yes, I'm so excited. I'm going through my books and I'm going to organize them. I kind of want to do them by color. But then I thought, is that really going to help you if you organize your books by color? And I was just going to do them by the colors of the chakras, do the black, do the white, do the gold, because I got some limited editions and I got some, some signed copies. And I just don't know. I'm just having fun. And I have to buy some new shelves, and I have a day bed in here, but I'm really going to get rid of the day bed and just make the whole room a library. Your intuitive hits, the Washita Wellness Center is on point. I'm going to put it out there in my efforts to hold myself accountable. So I'm just going to go ahead and verify your channel. My book is on the way, and I actually have help. I have a team. I have a support system. So that means I have deadlines. I have contracts. I have obligations. My book is on the way. I was going to save that for 2024. But since I happened to look up and seen you all up in the oracles business, Washita, using your intuitive abilities. So, yeah, it's official. It's official, and you're right on it. So, yes, it is coming. I'm not going to get into, I feel like I need to make a video, and I do record little videos because I have moments. And it has been a challenging thing for me to do, not because I don't have a lot to say and a lot I want to share, but it's a different type of discipline for me. And yeah, yeah. uh, so yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited. It's a lot to discover and a lot. You all may have remembered maybe about a year and a half ago, I told you guys I was going to get rid of all books because I really, when I'm in certain creative processes, I stay away from things that could subconsciously influence me. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, I don't listen to podcasts. I don't watch movies. I don't read books, especially not books in the field that I'm writing or studying on. I stay away from social media because I don't want to be influenced by some of those things. And now I have gotten to the point where I can still do other things and not be influenced. But it took me a while to be able to get into that flow of writing. And because for me, I don't know about how are you all are driven, but I'm always driven for doing something that hasn't been seen. And when I say haven't been seen, I'm talking about me. I can't worry about what the world has seen because obviously I'm not connected with everyone. But I want to be in a untainted creative space. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm saying because a lot of the products that I put out, these are products for you all to get into that creative space. That's a little different because you're not trying to create what I'm creating. You're not trying to recreate what I'm doing. You're doing your own uniqueness. You're doing something totally different with the inspiration. You know, there used to be a Planet Remix joke I used to say all the time, but people kind of got their panties and boxers in a bind. And that's when I would tell people, you got to know the difference between inspiration and stealing other people's shit. Because I'm like, wait a minute, some of y'all don't know the difference. Oh, that wasn't an inspiration. You stole my shit. You took my words. That's not inspiration. Inspiration comes from within, it comes from the spirit. It looks totally different. It is no blueprint connected, you know? And so I used to say that all the time. Like, know the difference between being inspired and copying. It's totally different. It's not the same thing. And that's something unless and I don't mean this in a negative way, but unless you have gone to some sort of academia, higher education, you don't really get that. But I understood that when I got to college and I wanted to be this free thinker. And they were like, well, you need to cite your source. I was like, the source is me. And I got a 0. They said, the source ain't you. You're not to the level where you have your own thoughts. You do know you are influenced by the things that are around you. How could you think that you got to this point of your understanding and your thinking without someone else presenting, showing you these thoughts? I said, oh, I thought it came from me. No, it didn't come from you. This is why you have to cite your sources in college because they already know we are influenced by each other. And so when you go in someone's office, you know, they, even though I can be a little rebel, and they have graduated with a certificate or from a school, you will see it on the wall because they want you to know I didn't get here by myself. This is who helped me. This is where I personally feel that there's a certain group of people on the planet that whatever happened in the past life, they don't want to give credit to people who helped them. So they buck up against that. And those are the ones truly stealing and cutting themselves short. But I think it has to do with the past life. And they want to say, no, it's all me. I got it from me. Me. It's me I got it from. No one didn't help me. No one didn't show me. No one didn't learn. I came up with this. This is all mine. But that's why when you go to certain schools and different places, they tell you that. They literally tell you, oh, you got to put that certificate on the wall. You got to show that there was a support system. This isn't only just for gatekeeping. It's also to know that you didn't get here by yourself. And gratitude goddess, I love this. You should give the credit every time. Absolutely. I agree with it. I agree with it. But anywho, I don't want to go into all of that. But anywho, yes, the book is coming. I'm so excited. I don't even want to tell y'all how many pages, how many chapters, because it might slow me down. I know y'all think I got it all together, but I don't. I'm learning. I'm growing up. Look above. Look above you. What does it say? Growing up on planet Earth? I'm growing up on planet Earth too. Mm-hmm. I'm growing up on planet Earth too. We are growing up. Ever shared. But that's okay. We gonna be good. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. No, don't congratulate me yet. No. Don't congratulate me. I'ma feel like I got time. Don't congratulate me. Y'all got to keep my foot on the net. You got to keep your foot on my neck with this one. Y'all got to keep saying, okay, Ms.Blue, we waiting on it. Oh, thank you for that, Watson. Oh, it's going to be so creative, just like the show title. Something good out of it. Of course, it's going to be some funny shit in there. It's going to be some stuff y'all would be like, oh my God, I can't believe Ms.Blue did that. Yeah, I did that. It's going to be some of that in there. And it's going to be some good information in there. And it's going to be, you probably never heard said before. Mm-mm. And then, of course, some of the things in there are going to be things, and I'm just going to share that with you as well. So, and it's going to be some science in there, although I'm not concerned so much with the science aspect, because I know all of you guys are scientists. You know, we're all sort of scientists, can do the research to put those things together. And I'm not here to prove anything. I think there are some writers that do need to prove to work, and they need to prove something. I am so far beyond proof. My proof is every single one of you that have taken something that I've said, a class, a download, been a part of Planet Remix, and you have used the information in your life to enrich, change, create, manifest, and grow. That's all the proof I need. That's solid. Like, that's solid gold proof, right? That's better than science. You understand? That's better than science. And let's face it, we know that when it comes to science says that it has to produce the same results every single time. That would mean that every single one of us are exactly the same. And we're not. We are not exactly the same. Your foot could be hurting right now. And the emotional reason that your foot is hurting, and the military, the governments have been totally to doing and having me think those teachers and those own thing. And I'm not here to, oh, okay, that's fine. No, it's okay. I mean, everyone has to do things that are unique and divine and true to them. Then we can have many different aspects and we can begin to start moving ourselves forward in so many different ways. So many different ways. I'm going to see you guys. Right now, it tells me I don't have internet, which I know is not true. But I'm going to see if I can change. Okay, let me see if this is going to work for us. Okay. I think it did. I think it did work for us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so true, Brittany. Everyone being authentic does open up so much. I'm going to leave it right here. Hopefully, this allows us to continue. So, anywho, thank you for that, Mr. Dante. Um, yeah, let's go. 515-605-9794 is the number to call, and that's going to get you locked into the Blue Room. Press 1. Well, not locked into the Blue Room, locked into the phone lines. Press 1 once you get on the phone line, so I know that you're calling in and you want to speak to me. And then also the number I want to give you is, I want to give you the number to the Blue Room as well. The phone, silent, no. Okay, let's see. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm. You can hear on the phone lines? Okay, beautiful if you can hear on the phone lines. If you can't hear on the phone, mm, I'm going to suggest that you call back in if you can't hear on the phone lines. But what I'm going to do, I want to go to the phone lines. So we're going to go to the phone lines. So I'm going to, maybe not, y'all. Hold on. It's telling me, hold on. I got to call back in. Hold on. Okay. End. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
So we are reconnecting you now.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So we should be good. I want to make sure that you all can hear on the phone lines now. Let me know. Yep, you can hear. Yay. There we go. That's right. We back. We are back. Okay, so we're going to get ready to go to the phone lines. Let me move this around. I want to give a big shout out to the Divine Priestess, international listeners, and every single star and starlight, star seed, starlight in the Blue Room, sending you all so much love. And yeah, enough for hearing from me. We're going to go to the phone lines and so I can take your calls. Let me get something to write with, because if I don't, If I don't, I'm not going to remember because I'm just going to jump around so that I can take your calls. Yeah, so I can take your call. Okay, so we're going to go to the caller. Oh my goodness. We're going to go to the caller. Let's go to the caller calling in from area code 9727. 9727. You're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Yes. Yes. Hi. This is Ida from Texas.
Okay. Greetings to you, Ida from Texas.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm neutral. I'm a little bit like overwhelmed, and I'm trying to stay calm at the same time.
Okay. Well, that's always a good thing. Is this your very first time calling in, Ida?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, you called in before.
Mhm.
I trust, and I can only trust that the information I gave you was of use to you, was helpful.
Yes, it was useful for me. Just some parts I still have to work on.
Okay. Okay. And how can I help you?
Yes, I'm trying to get a little bit insight because right now it's like I'm a little bit in a dense area where I'm like feeling like a lot of frustrations, and it's like I'm ready to um, be in a hermit mode, but it's like a lot of things are stressing me out a little bit, and there's some things I want to let go, but it's like it's mostly out of fear, and I have a sense inside of me where I feel like I need to space out, like be within myself, with my mind and my body, so that I can see where I need to prepare myself for next year. Because I know that next year is a year of transformation and a year of, a lot of different things coming up. So, but I just feel like I'm suffocating tight, and I just want to get some.
I want to tell you this, a couple of things, because I'm kind of reading your energy here. And one of the things I want to tell you is you need to go on a vacation. And as far as tomorrow being, next year being a year of transformation, your transformation is actually happening right now. This is why you're feeling this so heavy. So, is there a way that you could actually give yourself 4 days? Give yourself 4 days.
4 days?
Yep. And then during those 4 days, you can plan out when you want to take, like, maybe a longer break. But give yourself 4 days. Just take 4 days. And even if you can't go nowhere but further than in your, in your city that you're living in, find a hotel somewhere, a nice hotel where you can stay for 4 days, or maybe get a nice Airbnb somewhere close to where you can kind of walk and connect and just kind of be away from sort of the noise, or just kind of shift your environment a little bit. But the year of transformation is happening right now. And this is why you're feeling everything that you're feeling. But this is what I want you to understand. Mainly what's coming up for you, because I'm looking and looking at your energy center, and I can see the leaks in your root chakra. Like your root chakra is leaking a whole lot. The main thing that I want you to do is to know, and you have to remind yourself of this because you probably won't think it on your own, and that there is a solution. That's it. Just remind yourself there is a solution. I just haven't got to it yet. See, because right now you're sort of falling into what I call a well of hopelessness. And so because your mind can't come up with the answer, it's causing you to have anxiety and all of these other things that go along with it that really have it's distracting you from the solution. So there is a solution. And you have to remind yourself, you just haven't gotten to it yet, but it will come. The solution will come. And then I need you to make sure that you're intentional about how you're taking care of you, you know,
Mhm.
meaning what time you go to sleep, because I can see looking in your third eye, you're not getting enough sleep. What time you wake up, if you're moving your body, what kind of foods you're
Mhm.
eating, all of these things. This is just
Yeah.
requiring you to put your life in order and everything's going to be fine. But give yourself 4 days. See between now and before we get to the end of the year, where can I take 4 days? Where can I go do something that is exciting and fun to me? Even if it's just renting an Airbnb that's in my own city for right now and just taking some time to have some fun, maybe, visiting some place you haven't visited before if you want to go to the museum. And of course, I'm talking Ms.Blue now. These are the things I like to do. Go to a museum, go
Mhm.
see an art show, maybe go to your favorite library, go shopping in some beautiful gift shops, maybe visit a fair or somewhere, go to a flea market and just somewhere where people are calm. So flea markets always do it because no one is in a hurry in the flea market. You ever notice that? If you ever seen people at the farmer's market, in the flea market, they are very calm people. You want to go
Mhm.
places where calm people are, where people go to relax, maybe take a Pilates class. A lot of times at this time of the year, a lot of places, if you don't want to commit to a membership, they will offer 2 or 3 classes, sometimes 4 classes as complimentary. Take a Pilates class, take a yoga class, just somewhere where calm people are. Go visit your favorite coffee shop. People are calm, in the coffee shop. I'm not going to say the S name because I don't want to offend nobody. It's a lot going on in these streets. But I want you to just
Mhm.
go to those places, you know? And when you're
Yeah.
going, make sure you pack yourself and you make you a good, what I call save me list, playlist of songs, of
Mhm.
music that just fill you with joy and uplift you. If you see children at the playground, now children are not calm, but they are very peaceful. They're very
Yeah.
joyful. They're filled with joy, and they're filled with excitement and possibility. You want to go to places where people are having higher vibrations. Now, I'm going to say another place, Ida, and
Mhm.
I'm just going to have to tell Planet Remix, don't come for me. Don't come for me when I tell her this. But I'm going to tell you another place to go to elevate yourself. You know where that is?
To the beach.
The beach is one of those places. That's another calm place. Absolutely. The beach. But I'm not going to say a beach. Think of another place. Do you know?
Um. No, I don't have any
That's
idea.
okay. I'll tell you. Go in the Apple store. Go in the Apple store. Hear me out. Just you not to buy anything. I'm not telling you to go in there and do a Ms.Blue and just start picking up stuff. Go in the Apple
Mhm.
store. Because everyone who's in the Apple store, whether they're looking at the technology, let me tell you why the Apple store is a great place to get activations. Because it will pull you
Okay.
into the future and it will pull you into possibilities. And when you look at them price tags, you're going to say, oh, this got to be in the future for me because it ain't happening right now. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But no, seriously, this the
Mhm.
Apple store is filled with innovation energy. And just walking
Mhm.
around, they have free classes. You can say, listen, I was looking at some of your new products that come out, and I know you guys have classes. What day and time do you have classes? And you can go in there and sit down, and they will take you through a whole technology class. See, we are moving in the age of technology. And if you want to get
Mhm.
innovation in you, you have to go in spaces that cultivate, that build innovation. And no, this is not being sponsored by Apple at all. This is something my guide showed me. And just going in the Apple store, looking around and being in that environment, I guarantee you, test it out, come back and let me know. You're going to see how you have elevated your your innovation meter, and you'll be able to use that energy in every area of your life. This is the reason why so many people around the world love Apple products. If you look at it,
Mhm.
there has been thought placed into everything from the packaging to the color to the design. Love it, hate it, or whatever it is. Steve Jobs, in its founding father of Apple, put so much innovation in there. Now, I'm going to give you something else, and I think you can handle this. But if you really want to have a DNA explosion, I want you to go Google the movie theaters in your area, and I want you to go watch that
Mhm.
Beyonce documentary. Because if you go to watch that Beyonce documentary, you will enter, you will have a DNA explosion. You truly, truly, it is the next best thing to being a part of the remix and being in self invested. If you didn't get to be in one in self invested, go watch that Beyonce documentary in the movie theater, and you will have that explosion. It will happen, that creative explosion, that DNA explosion. Go watch it. Go watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
So
because as you were talking of different places,
hold on.
I
I want to
realized
tell you
that
something. I want to tell you
oh,
something, Ida. You
okay.
just slow down. I've been working on you, but it doesn't matter how much I work on you. If you don't receive it, you have just
Mhm.
slowed down your leak in your root chakra.
Yeah, I just noticed that because my heart was expanding. I just felt my heart expand.
Yes.
I felt a little bit calmer.
Yeah, we can
Um,
tell.
um, yeah, I don't feel that my energy just like going left to right. Because when I'm really anxious and frustrated by people and environment, my energy just like spiral.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So right now I'm much calmer right before I even called you.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I realized that
That's
yeah, I
great.
realized that I probably can go see my sister.
Oh,
She's in a whole different city. It's
yeah.
much calmer in her city.
Yeah.
It's in Texas.
Okay.
So
See?
that's what I'm gonna do. Uh-huh.
Yes. You see, right? So I am so excited for you. And I
Mhm.
know that this is really going to be a major shift for you. So there you go. Make sure
Mhm.
you come back and let us know how things are going. And here's the beautiful thing, Ida. You can always
Mhm.
come back and download. So you can remember the vibration you were in when you just made that shift right there. Okay? All right?
Mhm. Yes, I have one more thing. I'm sorry. I have one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just have one more thing. It's about I'm trying to get like because I've been having issues with money and family
Yes.
because it's
Guess what?
like
Guess
they
what?
always depend on me
Hold on a second.
and
Hold on a second.
uh-huh.
I want you to
Okay.
slow down for just a second. You see that
Mhm.
shift that you made, and I told you you were leaking in your root
Mhm.
chakra. Well, your root chakra
Mhm.
is connected to your finances. It's connected to your first family. It's connected to your safety and security. It's connected to your blood. It's connected to your bones. It's connected to your fears. All of the things you're about to tell me, it's connected to that root chakra. So here's the power so you can understand more about how energy works. Really wish you were in the chakra mastery class, but that's okay. We'll have more classes.
Okay.
Is to understand when you're in that higher vibration that you were in, and you said, oh, I just realized by talking with you and taking in what you told me, Ms.Blue, that's you doing the alchemy, right? In real time. We're not talking about in your mind, real time alchemy. You said, I can go visit my sister. I told you that once you start doing these things, you will get a solution. Remember, I told you there is a solution. So just like that solution came out of the blue, no pun intended, and you got the answer, that question that you have been reprogramming yourself with over and over and over and over to believe, you will get a solution for that. What I want you to promise me to do is to let that story go. Let that story go so the solution can come in. The solution can't come in if you are saying this is your truth. I'm not saying that it's not true to you, but something being true to you and something being your truth, if it's your truth, that means you must continue to live that story. You get the difference? And you don't want to keep you don't want to keep living that story. So what I want you to do is anytime that thought comes up, anytime you start feeling the stress of that, anytime any of those situations come up for these next couple of days, because you're going to find a solution. Remember, I told you, keep reminding yourself there is a solution. It just hasn't come to me yet, but I know it's on the way. You have to do that, okay? So what I want you to do is to remind yourself, say that instead of repeating what you're used to repeating. There is a solution and it's on its way. That's it.
There is a solution and it's on its way.
That's right. Take those 4 days, have some fun, and keep repeating. There is a solution and it's on its way. And just like you got that answer of where you can go, your sisters, it's a lot calmer there. Didn't think about that. The answer is gonna come for everything else when it's dealing with your money, when it's dealing with your family. It's gonna come to you. Okay? I want you to trust that.
Okay.
And I want you to do that. And listen, I'm only telling you to do it this way because I know you can. I know you can.
Yes, I definitely can.
Yep, and I know you will.
I know that in my heart.
I know you will. Oh, you sound amazing. I'm going to give you some more sparkles, Ida.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Peace and love, and thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
How beautiful was that? How beautiful was that? And that's how energy works. I told you all for many, many, many years, my goal when you come is to get you to raise your frequency, even if you're listening now or in the future or in the past, to elevate your energy to my level or even higher, but to get you to raise your vibration and your frequency. This portal here of Planet Remix is a portal of love. And that's one of the strongest frequencies there is. So I want us all to just kind of dip our toe in or dive into that love while we're listening to Planet Remix. And that could be the archives, that could be the live shows, or, that could be any time that you're listening. But really, really tap into this portal of love because it's healing, it's elevating, it provides solutions, heal all kinds of beautiful things. So let's go to the next caller calling in from area code 3029. 3029, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hello, this is Celie from Maryland.
Okay, greetings. What's your name, please?
Celie.
Celie?
Yes.
Celie. My
Yes.
Hello, Celie, calling from Maryland. How's the weather?
It's not bad. It's about 47 degrees. Not too bad.
Okay, that sounds nice, and that's good dressing weather.
Crisp. Mm-hmm.
You can get a little flashy. You can throw your boots on, nice little jacket, cute little outfit. Not too hot, but not too cold either. You can still kind of move around a little bit. Yeah. So how are you doing? Is this your first time calling in?
This is my second time calling in.
Okay. Well, I trust that the first time you called in, it did you well,
It was perfect.
Oh, well, thank you for that. Thank you. How can I help?
I've been listening and I've seen the signs that you were talking about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yes.
I saw 3 peacocks on a rooftop in Africa.
Oh, my goodness.
So what does that mean?
Wait a minute. We go from what we've seen to this? Yeah. Listen, you know how beautiful that is to see something so regal as the peacock. That peacock is that spirit animal that allows us to be bold and authentic in who we are. The peacock is there because the peacock is also one of the sacred animals of the high priestess. Several years ago, let me tell y'all where you can find some beautiful peacocks at. And I'm going to get into more about this peacock. But you can find some beautiful peacocks if you go to Crackle Barrel. Crackle Barrel have crystal balls that are peacocks, and it has a light in the bottom. Many of you might remember this might have been maybe 8-9 years ago. My children, for Mother's Day, brought me a peacock, and it's the cutest peacock. It has a crystal ball in the center, and then the peacock feathers, and it lights up and it spins around. It's like a glow ball. But the peacock itself is connected with the high priestess. It's also connected with a lot of gods and goddesses, of those who are like ascended masters on the planet or those who have done significant work on the planet. But the peacock in itself, and especially if they fan their feathers, is to let you know that you need to start approaching life very bold, like very bold and very open, because the peacock spreads its wings and it's proud of its beauty. It's proud of what it has manifested from the inside out. It wants you to know, I'm here. And this is so much about what you want to be seen in the world, to be heard in the world, and to show up authentically and in a very, very bold way. And when I say bold, I'm not talking about flashy jewelry and clothes and colors and makeup, hair and hats and that kind of bold. But I'm saying bold in what you have to say, because there's something deep down inside of you that you haven't really expressed to people the way that you authentically feel. And the world is really calling you to share that vision because only you can share it. And whenever you see the 3, that's the Trinity, that's the Mother, the Father, the Son, that's what they call the God, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. It's the triple goddess energy. It is this energy of showing that you are fully supported and moving forward. It's almost as if your spirit animals on top of a roof is telling you, listen, we gonna shout it from the rooftops. What are you waiting for? What is it that you are waiting
Right.
for? Why are you waiting? It is time for you to spread your wings, your peacock wings, which is very spiritual in nature. And when I say spiritual in nature, it doesn't mean the title you hold. It's about your essence. It's about how you present, because you have a very sort of spiritual way of speaking, even if you're not speaking of quote unquote what people would call spiritual. You're spiritual because when you do speak, you're speaking straight from your soul.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That sounds good.
I
That
know.
sounds great. I'm trying to move myself forward. I feel like I'm stuck, but
Mm-hmm.
I felt when I saw those 3 peacocks that maybe I was kind of moving in a direction, trying to get unstuck.
Yeah, you absolutely are. And you're not stuck. You're just scared. It's a difference.
Mm,
As Tamar say,
yeah.
totally different. It's totally different. It's totally different. You're not stuck, you're scared. But I'm here to tell you, as a person who deals with fear, I know y'all think I'm fearless, but I'm not. And I think fear has a role to play, because fear is telling you a message. And it's to get to the bottom of that fear, because what it's presenting itself as is false. That's why they say fear is false evidence appearing real. Doesn't mean what you're feeling isn't real. It means what you are afraid of is not real. So now your goal is to get to what is the real fear. The real fear is being seen. The real fear is being bold. The real fear is just doing it and not worrying if it fails, if it doesn't work, if you have to go back, start all over again. That's the real fear you're holding.
Okay.
Do it.
That sounds
Do it.
okay.
Do it. Do it. Because if you don't, I speak to souls all the time. I was just in a reading with a brother. And in the reading, his father came through and he said, oh, my father. Yeah, your father is here. And your father said he wish he would have had the guts to live his dream, to just do it and stop being afraid. Do it. Just do it.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to take your advice.
I don't give advice. I'm telling you what spirit is telling me, but I don't give advice.
Okay.
You don't want my
Okay.
advice. You don't want that side of Blue. But you understand what I'm saying. I want you do this before you go to sleep tonight. I don't know if you caught the first of the show, but if you didn't, go back and listen. But I'll tell you, I'll give you a synopsis here. Set the intention to visit the sun and Mars when you go to sleep. For your dreams to come from the sun and Mars. The sun is going to allow you and Mars to expand your consciousness. But the sun is going to take you to other star systems so you can see that there's truly endless possibilities when it comes to you. Not a solution, not a job title, not money, not a relationship, not a place, not family, you. Endless possibilities. And you're going to be able to be immersed and really feel the essence of your soul. That all is one, you're going to come face to face with that. And Mars is going to help you with taking action. So when you wake up, be committed. Will you be committed to doing at least 3 actions towards what you know you're being called to do?
Yes.
All right. That's good enough for me. I don't know about you, but that's good enough for me. So beautiful sun. And I can believe you've seen 3 peacocks. Now, here's the other thing I want you to do. I want you to sit down. Hopefully you took a picture. If you did. And I
did.
Beautiful. I want you to look at that picture and I want you to allow yourself to just start scripting, to start writing. Don't judge it.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at it and whatever comes to you. If it's a word, if it's a phrase, set the intention so that you can really tap into that divine. These are those symbols. I don't know. I know y'all know. Those symbols I gave y'all, listen, you're not bumping into that shit on accident. That is some real divine stuff. That is
That's how
divine.
I felt.
And then to see 3 of them on a rooftop. The rooftop is your higher self. It's your consciousness. On the roof? Come on now. You can't make that up. You can't make that up. So,
and I didn't even know peacocks could fly, and one jumped off of the roof.
Yes, they
can. And
can.
it just floated on down.
Yeah, it can fly. See? You the peacock. You thought you was stuck on the roof. You ain't stuck. You can fly.
Mm-hmm.
You're not stuck. So, there you go, Saley. So, I want you to work with that. This is a beautiful time to dive in it. But the next time I want you to just remind yourself, I'm not stuck. And become curious. Just say, Even if you want to say, Ms.Blue said, I'm not stuck. I'm not stuck. Then, I'm curious. Then what am I? Am I in fear? If so, what is that fear?
Mm-hmm.
And know there is a solution. Know there is a solution. And it's coming. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Peace and love. You got to come back and tell us how this continues to go for you. So peace and love.
Peace and love to you, and I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hold the line. How freaking cool was that? The peacock. I know Brittany Vise have been doing some clubhouse rooms, and she's been talking about spiritual animals. And spirit animals are cool. You guys remember, I love spirit animals too, as well. I haven't done a show in years on spiritual animals. Maybe we'll have to do something on that. That'll be really cool. Everybody kind of tap in. But yes, 3 peacocks. Are you kidding me? How beautiful. Let's go to the next caller. Calling in from area code 3. No, excuse me, not 3. 6318. 6318. You're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, Ms.Blue. This is Brenda calling from New York.
Hey, Brenda. How are you? Calling from NYC. How is the weather?
It's cold.
It's cold, huh? It's cold.
Cold.
Where you stay? Do you stay in one of the boroughs?
I'm in Long Island.
Oh, you're in Long Island. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, it's always Yeah, yeah, yeah. And when that wind comes across that water,
Yeah.
it kind of cuts. It
It's
cuts.
not as cold as it could be, but it's definitely getting there.
Mm-hmm. Well, good, good. It's always
Yeah.
beautiful in the winter. Yes. So how can I help?
Yes. Well, I want to say thank you. I feel like a lot of the things that we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
our last calls have been coming together. Like, you mentioned me, like really like loving to do shampooing and
Oh, yes.
yeah, so like everything's coming together and I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful. Today I went to the mall and I picked up Good Girl. I know you mentioned that
Oh,
perfume in one of your
yes.
shows
By
before.
Catalina Herrera. Shouts out to Catalina
Yes.
Herrera.
Shout out to her because I sprayed that and I was like, listen, it is so nice. I'm
Oh,
adding it on my Christmas wish list
yes,
because
yes. Do you
it's
know
everything.
which one of the good girls did you get? Do you happen to know which one you sprayed?
Yeah, so it was the one in the black bottle. I took a picture.
Oh, the high heel?
Yes. Hold
Yes.
on, let me pull it up because
Mm-hmm.
Good Girl Supreme.
Oh, good girl
Yes.
supreme. Yes, Catalina
Mhm.
Herrera. Let me tell you. It's funny. Me and my sister was just talking about some fragrances today, and I was putting her on to fragrances. I still am very much into fragrances, maybe not as much as I used to be. Now I'm kind of locked into what I know, but I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. I thought I was the fragrance queen, but it's some chicks out here that's doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. I
Mhm.
mean, they doing it when it comes to the fragrances, and I had my own fragrance at
Mhm.
one time, but Catalina Herrera, you really, it's some of her fragrances I feel you cannot go wrong with. Um
Mhm.
and she does very well with a lot of her notes. And that one, I'm gonna tell you, that tonka bean, jasmine, it has that floral, that warm floral. It's in the floral family.
Mhm.
So yeah, you're gonna get a nice soufflage in it. It's just gonna it's gonna do. But that
Yes.
tonka bean, yeah, it's gonna do you right.
Yes.
It's gonna do you
Yes.
right.
I love it. Yeah, it has like it's deep. Like it's
It
floral,
is.
but it's
It's
deep.
deep. And
Like
then
I don't know how else to.
after it kind of dries down, it changes and opens up, like the notes in the fragrances just opens up so beautiful. I love the way the notes
Mm,
open themselves up. They open themselves up. Yeah, I'm kind of
beautiful.
switching my fragrance to a different fragrance from every year. Or my mother usually changed her fragrance every season. I
Mhm.
I kind of sometimes get in minds, but I think moving into my new, I don't know what I'll mix it with, because you all know, if you want to know whatever fragrance you have, pink sugar mixes well with everything. It just does something. I don't
Mm.
know. And it's not expensive, don't get me wrong, but the notes in it, if you're a sweet girl, some girls aren't sweet. Some girls tend to go more masculine, and
Mhm.
or some like to go in some of the deeper notes. But mm, Love Don't Be Shy by Killian, I think it's going to be my 2024 fragrance. I'm not 100% scent, but I
Mm.
love Love Don't Be Shy. Love Don't Be Shy.
I love
Listen,
it.
I love it. Absolutely love it. I love it. Well, I'm
I'm gonna have
excited
to
for
check that
you.
one out too.
I am excited for you. I know Sephora used to give out samples I don't think they do
They
it
don't do that no
anymore. They
more.
don't do it no more.
Yeah.
I think
I tried.
I
They were
think I
like,
helped
you could get
ruin
this
that.
little spray.
Yeah, I ruined
Yeah.
that. I shouldn't have
It's
told.
okay.
Yeah, I know. Mm. Well, I am
Yeah.
excited for you. Get you some of that good girl. It's
Mhm.
here's something that I tell you, traveling all over the world, and I love that when I'm in different countries, one of the things I like to do is to experience the culture's fragrances. Especially
Mm.
like in Dubai and places in the Middle East and Asia, those countries, is try to see if you can, if you're traveling, if you can experience the local fragrance. One of the
Okay.
things that I learned leaving outside of America is we use fragrance primarily, not us here. Of course, I'm not talking to us. We know better. But in America, we use it as just a external sort of smell good thing. But in other
Right.
countries, they use fragrance as a spiritual ritual. And that's how I became many years ago when I had my own fragrance line. Some of you may remember that because I was sending samples out to everyone. It was called Het Haru and Haru,
Mm.
Hathar and Haru. And it had the sugar scrub to go with it. That may have been 19 years ago. And I sent it out all over the world on Planet Remix, and we had a really good time. I worked with two powerful chemists. I gave them the scent profiles, and her husband mixed it for me and put it together. So I've always been a fragrance girl, but what I have learned through the years of studying fragrances and studying the notes is that they have an emotional and a spiritual component to them. And most of the places outside of America, they use these components. They use it more in a ritualistic way, in a spiritual way. And actually, scent is one of the ways to get to heaven, i.e., your higher consciousness,
Mm.
to get to the other side. That's why right now, anyone who wants to speak to an ancestor, and you want to talk to them, you want to talk to your grandmother, you want to talk to your grandfather, your great grandfather, mother, father, child, or anyone on the other side, get you a nice brown paper bag. Go in Whole Foods or what's the other Publix or one of those stores where they have the beans. You can get the coffee beans fresh, HEB. Put the brown
Mhm.
paper bag and pour you some coffee beans in there and roll it up nice and tight. Keep that coffee bean rolled up nice and tight. And once you get home and you're ready to connect with your ancestor, you're going to open up that coffee bag. I talked about this on a clubhouse, and you're going to smell that coffee. Take yourself in a meditative state. Visualize yourself sitting at a table and invite your ancestor to come in. They always show
Mm.
up. They show up for coffee. I don't know what it is. My guides showed me this even
Mhm.
when I wasn't aware of what I know. That smell of you taking in that coffee and having that coffee in that bag, they're going to show up. They're going to show up for you.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
Okay. That's so interesting. I just got some coffee the other day, and I typically don't drink coffee like
yeah, I
occasionally. I'm
don't
more of a
drink it.
latte type of gal.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee. I'm
But
latte too.
yeah.
I'm latte.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I was like, yeah, and I noticed that was on your storefront. But I was like, I'll get some coffee. So
Yeah.
maybe I need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And
Thank
congratulations to
you.
you. You'll have to let me know how that good girl plays out for you. Hmm.
Yes, I will. I will.
Well, thank you for calling in, Brenda. All right. Well, peace and love. Hold the line.
Wait, hello?
Yes.
Oh, I had a dream, Miss
Okay.
Blue, that I wanted you to help me with.
Okay. Well, come on now. We got to get to the dream. I know it's always like we
Okay.
sitting on my couch and me and you talking, but we got to get to
Okay. Okay, let's get to it. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll just describe it. So in the dream, I was walking up to like an event. It was like a party, and there was an envelope with my name on it. Um, I didn't go in the main entrance. I went to park my car and I went and entered the party in the back. And there were like a lot of, well, it wasn't a lot. It was like a small group of young women. It was kind of like a slumber party / retreat. I couldn't really tell. I went to get the envelope with my name on it. One of the girls showed me a green and gold crystal. I think it was a moss agate crystal. And when you look into the crystal, it shows your reflection. And when I looked into it, I saw like a little version of me, like my inner child. And she was telling me like I could use it as a mold to put in my teeth if I wanted to, like the crystal. So yeah, those are like the things that were going on. One of my childhood best friends was in that dream too. And we were just like laughing and being silly. I woke up feeling a little bittersweet though from the dream. But that was like, I just was wondering like what that was and what that's telling me for maybe this month or this new year.
Well, tell me,
Yeah.
what did you pick up from the dream?
Well, I feel like personally I'm entering a new phase of womanhood, and I'm being called to be a mentor for younger girls. I feel inspired by that idea, and even doing things like hosting like parties and events for them to connect with themselves and their creativity. So that's what I felt like I was
Why
getting
do I
from the
feel like we
dream.
had this conversation before?
I don't think we did.
I feel like we had this conversation about you working with girls or children. I feel like,
No, we spoke about me shampooing,
so
and using that as like a modality for people.
we never spoke about you working with children.
Not directly, no. I've shared about like another dream, like in a comment, but I've never like spoke to you.
Not even on Clubhouse?
No.
So
I don't think so.
tell me, did I ever hear about you reading books or poetry to children?
Oh, yeah.
Where would I get that? Where did that come from? I feel like we had this conversation.
Yes, I was doing stories on Clubhouse at one point, like lullabies. I was making lullabies for children and their mothers.
Okay. I'm just seeing because
that was on Clubhouse.
Okay, so a lot comes up. So let's unpack this, and I'm excited for you, and I love it, and I definitely know that you would be totally amazing at working with children. And the only reason I said that because I'm reading your hologram, and I know I talked to you about working with children before. I just, to that. And let me tell you why I'm saying that. I'm saying that because now you're having the realization of it. You move past the confirmation and you're in the realization. But let me tell you what I'm picking up spiritually from the dream. You don't have to agree with this, but I want you to hear me out because this is going to be way out there. Okay? You ready?
Okay. All right.
All right. So I'm going to give it to you as Spirit gave it to me very quickly, Brenda. And very matter of fact. Okay. So I'm going to kind of go in oracle mode here for you guys. So I'm going to go fast. You're sitting at a chair and you're doing someone's hair. The person's hair you're doing is a child. Their mother comes in, gets ready to pick up the child. And she's telling you, oh my goodness, you do her hair so well. I have a friend and she needs to get her hair done. Do you do adults' hair? And you tell her, yes, I do children, I do men, I do women, I do anyone's hair who needs to get their hair done. Let me know exactly what they need to get done. You two have a conversation. She tells you that she's going to be in town. And is it okay if she gives you, give her friend your number? And you tell her, yes, just let her know that you spoke with me. The mother leaves. After she leaves, she goes home. She calls you and says, hey, you did my daughter's hair today. And she says, yes, I remember you. And you say, is there something wrong? You're literally on the phone clenching your teeth because she tells you to hold on a minute. So she comes back to the phone. She says, listen, remember I told you I had a friend and my friend is going to be in town and she needs to get her hair done. But here's the thing. My friend wants to know if you can come to her. And you say, no, I don't go to people. I have a place for people to come. And she says, well, my friend I don't think she's going to be able to come to you, but I promise you it's going to be worth your while. And maybe if I give you the details of it, you can make a decision if you want to do her hair. And you say, sure. And she says, well, when are you going to be at work again? You tell her, she says, I'm going to come by and drop off her information to you. The lady comes by in a couple of days. She hands you an envelope. You open the envelope and the person inside that you're doing the hair is someone who's quote unquote very well known in the world. And you do her hair. And you two build a connection. And you become one of her main people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's what I got. So listen, take that in. Take that in. That's what I got from that dream. That's what I got from that dream. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All righty. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope that doesn't disappoint you.
No. It's settling in. It's
I'm sure you're a little shocked.
Integrating. I am.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how intuition works. It's never what we think, but this is what I want to tell you. Yeah. Stay open. I think you definitely, absolutely, I am 100%. Yes, please start doing things, working, mentoring for the children as well. But also don't sleep on any of your skills. Don't sleep on your skills. Don't sleep on how well you can do hair. Don't sleep on how well you do all of the things because we're multidimensional beings. Don't sleep on any of your skills. And again, get outside that box. Know that so much more is possible for you. Expand your awareness of where you can go with what you're doing, all the things you're doing. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms.Blue.
You're so welcome. I'm excited. You got to come back. You know I love it.
I will.
I tell you guys some crazy things over the years, and I love it when they all manifest and you all begin to embody those dreams and embody that in your life, and take that, because I think that would be a great path for you too. I know how much you love doing hair as well, but I think that hair really leads you to other places, not just doing hair, but more into the story and mentoring young girls and working with them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
yeah,
for sure. Aw. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Peace and love. Hold the line. Oh,
peace and love.
How cool is that? How cool is that? I want to give and send so much love to Tanika Johnson for the super chat donation. Thank you so much for the super chat donation. Mr. Dante, thank you so much for the super chat donation. And for all of you for the super chat donation. That is amazing. I see a question. Brother Pata asks, is Ms.Blue offering private sessions? Private sessions are coming. I am just working to get the scheduling lined up. It's coming. And I'm going to announce it on the text line first. So if you're on the text line, I know I've been saying it's coming, but I want things to be, I want the logistics of it to be right. And I have a team that can help me get the logistics right. So I'm going to be working on that. And that's coming really, really soon. So for many of you, I am going to get those of you who are on the wait list. Don't worry. Um, it- I'm going to know, especially if we have proof that you've been on the wait list and I know, then don't worry. You will be in that placement in the wait list when I open my books again. And let me tell you about these readings that I'm going to be doing. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much, but I'm excited about them. I think I told you all I will be offering liquid magic for one of the readings for those who live in the United States. The liquid magic will come along with the reading. And then for the other readings, there is some very new and special things I've discovered by being and working in the Akashic records for so long that I will be putting another element into those readings with the Akashic records and working from the Premier files to be able to give you some additional insight. And there's also going to be some readings where I will incorporate, um, listen, your whole hologram. Your hologram is going to be up in there, so you're gonna have that understanding. So I'm pretty excited. It's a big undertaking, but I'm really, really excited to bring a lot of you who are very, very new or who have been waiting for the last 3 or 4 years. Because my waiting list is getting short. I'm under a year. I can't believe that. It's like 10 months, but I'm excited that my waiting list is finally 10 months. And this is from going from 3.5 years to 10 months because I closed my books for almost 2 years to get caught up. So I'm excited about that. So yes, readings are coming. Self-Invested is coming. More classes from the university coming in January. The book is coming and some more other very, very exciting things. I miss the Galactic E-Files. I love doing the download activations. If you all love it, will you do me a favor? If you have purchased anything from the activation download site, will you go leave a 5-star review? Will you? Will you go now? Will you go as soon as we're done here? Will you go and leave a review on every single product, e-file, every single element, every single thing, class you've taken or anything you've downloaded? Will you go and leave a review? That would mean so much. That would mean so much. And it would be so helpful to get your insight for people who are just stumbling upon, those who may be questioning and really can hear it from you. And I want to say thank you because so many of you are in the giving and receiving energy, and you have left some very, very beautiful insights and reviews on the website. I just want you all to know, Kicking It in the Kitchen with Queenie say, I absolutely love the Galactic E-Files. They have helped me move week by week throughout the month. Thank you so much for that. And I know, Queenie, you have left a reviews on there, and I thank you. And Brittany, you too. Many of you guys, I thank all of you. but so many of you haven't. Like hundreds of you guys at this point, thousands of you have purchased it. I want you to come back. That's the one step that you can do to give back. You want to know, you want to keep the energy opening and flowing. So, it's one of those things you can do, and it would mean the world to me. So I'm going to ask you, will you go? And let me know if you're in the Blue Room. Will you go and leave a review on all of the products that you purchase? Will you go do that? Will you? Just let me know in the Blue Room. Brenda said, I will. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you. Now, wait a minute. You mean to tell me Brenda the only one that will? Okay, I was about to get worried. See, because this, honestly, you guys, this lets me know if y'all want me to do more of it. Whether it's the lucky blueprint, if I'm looking at thousands of people downloaded it and not a lot of reviews on it, then that means that's not what y'all are asking for. If these are some of the things that you enjoy and you really want more of them, then I will. I want to be of service to you all. So that's how you can communicate to me that these things were helpful. They were useful. There's something. Otherwise, I'm going to say, okay, well, it worked for these group of people, but the majority of the people don't want. That's one of the reasons why, even though with the work, I was so easy to give up the galactic e-files. You guys left reviews, but not according to the people who purchased them. So, but let me know. Just I would love that if you do. And I know some of you, I thank you. I am so grateful that you can give and receive. And I'm thankful for you to give that review. It means so much to me. And it really does. It really, really does. Yeah. Oh, the telepathic mystic. The telepathic mystic. Look, all of those galactic e-files, all of those elements. Oh, the Akashic files. I think they're still open. I'm not even sure. I'll have to check. The Akashic files, all of those things can take you well into 2024. And someone asked the question, if you have a galactic e-files and you didn't get a chance to do everything, I will not leave a review just so we can have some balance of love and hate. Listen, I take that too, because that I take that too. That means that, hey, you got to tap in a little bit more. You got to keep elevating, Blue. You got to keep on your grind. So, that's to be respected too. But I know sometimes we're just not used to sharing in these spaces. And I don't care how familiar it seems like it's so many of us now on the internet that's doing this spiritual work and doing this work. We still, and I say we because I'm including me in that, we still are not comfortable with really putting our signature on things that we like. The truth is, most of society, and I'm talking about the planet, we are much more driven to leave a negative comment than we are a positive one. We really are. We are much more driven. How many times have you went to a restaurant? And I challenged myself with this some years ago. And soon as something is bad, we are quick to say, let me speak to the manager. I'm about to leave a bad review. But how many times have you gone to a restaurant or had an experience in a place and the experience was wonderful? And you said, let me speak to the manager because this was just wonderful. We have been programmed to look for the negative. We have been programmed to only react, to only respond. But this is how our energy gets stolen. So when you talk about, you hear these sayings and people will use it, and I'm using this term loosely, that they're stealing the collective energy. So they'll put something out in the media to get people all riled up. Everybody will be commenting. Everybody will be repeating the phrases, and they get to cipher all of that energy. When something good happens, no comments. Ain't nobody got shit to say. Let some drama happen. 1,000 emails come in. Thousands of emails come in. Something good happened. Yeah, I get some emails. For those who understand about energy. So I want us to not just talk the talk. I want us to walk the walk and talk the talk. And so if we want to see more good things like this in the world, especially if you're a part of putting things out in the world, boy, you're opening up portals for energy to come back to you because you are being about what you say you're about. You're being about that. This is why whenever I get a chance, I'm not on as much as I like, but I always shout you guys out. I'm always thanking you guys. If I get on social media, I'll give you a like, I'll give you a comment. And sometimes, yes, it does look like Ms.Blue just going down the line, checking the block. I am. Because as it comes down my feed and when I'm there, I'm going to give you that. This is why when you guys reach out to me and you ask for assistance, you ask for help, I do it. I do it. And 99.9% of the time, it costs you nothing. But I am asking for something. If you haven't liked and subscribed, do that. That's how you can give back. If you haven't left a comment, your takeaways on the video, if something moved you, if something was useful for you, do that. If you haven't passed on the show and shared it with someone, if you purchased the product, go back, leave a review. These are the things that I ask. I sit here. I don't get paid to sit here. I do this because I love it and I love our connection and I love working with all of you. I love the connection. I love the community. We were building a community before the world knew they needed to build these community. And we were doing this community publicly. That's why it's more than 8 million followers all over the world. And so I'm excited that there are other very powerful teachers that are coming out in the world, and there are other people who are coming out in the spiritual world, and they're doing it in the way that they see fit because we need more representation. We need more authentic representation. We need more unique representation. We need that. This is why I tell all of you, if you have your dreams and your desires, you're here. You're here to build that up inside of you. And my journey has been one, it's been a slow and steady walk. And I'm not saying you got to do it like me because I don't know if I would recommend that. But I do want you to use this platform, to use our community, to empower you to be your authentic self. Not for you to go somewhere in a corner and hide, but to get out there, to not be afraid to share your true authentic self with the world, and that we can take these seeds, this growth that we're doing here on Planet Remix, and we can expand it. It's not to keep us locked in the group. It's to expand beyond the group. That's what's impressive. So I know many of you, because I see your face when you see me on different platforms and you're like, damn, Ms.Blue over here too? Yes, I am always seeking to expand and go beyond and learn more, and not just for the purpose of growth of the remix, but so I can connect with other people so that I can see beyond what I know at this moment. And I encourage you all to do that as well too. This is about growing. This is about growing. This is about expansion, and it's about love, and it's about support for one another. Now, we are a soul group. We are a soul family, and I've talked about this many times. And there are people listening from all over the world. You have to use your discernment. You have to use your discernment. That comes from whether I'm telling you something or anyone else is telling you something. It's not about just, oh, someone tells you this, and just because they're connected to this, you just gonna give up your free will and just do anything. No, you don't do that for no one. That's not required. You're intelligent. You're powerful. You're spiritual. You're loving. You're connected to your intuition. You have to be using that 24/7, no days off. If you want to talk about really standing on business, that's how you stand on real business. Not a facade, but real business. Real business is about the growth. It's about building. It's about support. It's about sharing. So Linda said, love from Canada. I'm a Leo. Is there anything you feel for me? I'm desperate in my love life. I need some guidance. Whatever you feel would be much appreciated. Well, Linda, let me tell you. First of all, desperation will bring out the creepy, crawly things in the night. And people can smell desperate a mile away. So I want to first encourage you to change your language and not be desperate. And I want you to just pay attention to your words, because your words are literally building your tomorrow. So if you want to know how tomorrow looks, think about all of the words that you're saying. Your love life includes you. So if you're desperate in your love life, that means you're desperately trying to learn how to love you. And the best way to connect with the soulmate, because I know that word is loved, or someone you can share your life with, is the more that you can fall in love with you, then you will begin to start opening yourself up to others who can fall in love with you too. The best way to attract somebody, the best attraction is when you love yourself. I'm not talking about an ego perspective. I'm talking about really loving yourself and recognizing who you are. You will have that respect, that compassion, and that love for everyone in your life. And anyone who ain't about that shit, guess what? They can't come near you. In fact, they gonna let you know they can't stand you. They gonna let the world know they can't stand you. They don't want to be nowhere in your energy because it's too much of a contradiction to where they are in their life. And that doesn't make them bad, but you want to make sure when it comes to something so sacred as love and that connection, you want it to be as pure and authentic as you can get it. And when you can have that pure and authentic love for yourself, as deep and desperate as you're seeking a mate, you can deeply and authentically love yourself. Listen, you will be trying to stop people from loving you so much. So, hopefully that was some words that you can take with you. And self-love, the foundation of self-love, is how do you feel? How do you talk to yourself when you are all alone and by yourself? And especially when shit don't go right for you. How do you talk to yourself? See, that's your foundation of self-love. That's how you know if you really love yourself. That's how you know. And see, when you love yourself, you're going to treat yourself right. You're going to feed yourself the right food. You're going to feed yourself the right knowledge. You're going to feed yourself the right friendship. And you're going to be bold and brave enough to know when it's time to let go of things, when to say no, when to tell someone, no, I'm not doing that. You're going to be very clear about where you start and where you end. And you're going to see bullshit a mile away. Almost 10 miles away. If you're really good, you could see bullshit coming 10 miles away. So it's the pure heart and a clear mind. Yeah. You do that, love ain't a problem, baby. Finding you or having a love life, that's not going to be a problem. You want something more than just a love life. You want something a little deeper. You want a real connection. You want something that's solid, something that's grounded, something you can build upon, something that is respected. You know, something that's filled with compassion and fun and joy. That's what you want. You don't want no love life, because everybody got a love life. Now, some of that life is not a healthy love life, but you got that. That's what you want. Yeah. So, there it is. There it is. Whoop. There it is. There it is. Mm-hmm. Linda said, thank you. You nailed it. Yeah, I'm running my mouth right about now. Running my mouth. But I love you all so much. I want to say thank you. Don't forget, if you purchase Wish Magic, then you're going to be able to attend a Cosmic Tele Summit. And we'll be doing that before the end of the year. I don't have a date as of yet, but I will let you know. But dive into all of those tools. But also, please, please, please do not be afraid. Do not be afraid to slow down. Do not be afraid to do some self-reflections. Do not be afraid to pause. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid. Don't feel like you're going to miss out while everybody is hustling and bustling for this 'tis the season or whatever you call it. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid. You know? Trust yourself. Stay in love, stay in joy, do something fun. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Yeah. So I love you all, and I look forward to reading your comments, reading your reviews for everyone who said yes, they would go and leave a review. It would mean so much. I thank you all for doing your work and being that shining light in our world. It is so needed right now. The world truly, truly needs your specialty, your signature. Pay attention to your dreams and your push thoughts. When you're having dreams, when you're having push thoughts, they are truly coming from the sun and Mars at this time. Embrace that shit. Flirt with that. Take it all in. Don't forget to reach out to those you love and that you care. Hold up those spaces and places that mean the most to you. And be that reflection. And let every conversation, let every thought, let every feeling, let every emotion be the reflection of what you choose to leave in the world. It is your true divine confirmation. True confirmation. That's your true confirmation in the world. Know when to say no. Know when to say yes. And be in total acceptance. Total acceptance of all that is. Of everything. The solution, the reason, the answer It's all inside of you, along with the power and the love. It's up to you how you want to share it with the world. This month of December is a true divine portal, a gateway, a culmination. It's an opportunity for us to be in this new era that is filled with elevation and light. It's allowing us to show who we truly are and to take our rightful place in this world. Don't let anyone or anything take you away from you. So, I'll shade to the ancestors, peace and love. Kiss the babies. I love you all. So, until we talk again, until we meet again in these cosmic streets, peace and love. Ciao. Oh, don't forget to download. And if there is a particular subject or thing you would like to talk about, make sure you leave it in the comments and share your takeaways. So, peace and love, soul family. Peace and love. Wait a minute. I forgot something. We have to do this. We must do this. So we're going to do this.
La 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 la, the remix. Hey, this is Baby Blue. And remember, if nothing else moves you, life will.
Oh, so true. Say it with me. We're going to do this before we get out of here. We got to do this. If nothing else moves you, life will. Say it with me. If nothing else moves you, life will. If nothing else moves you, life will. Oh, yeah. Peace and love. Ciao.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.